There she is! Thank you, brother!
Wow. Make some noise if this is the first time you see me on stage. Yeah! Thanks for your trust.
Love ya.
If you think I'm not funny, at least what your watch was a lesson. Next time, do better research. I live in a city called Suzhou. It's a small city nearby Shanghai, which only has over 10 million people. In my city, people say I am the top female comedian. I'm the only one. Once I invited a friend to watch my show. After the show, my friend was very excited. Sarah, good job. You should keep doing it. Because you were the only comedian. I could totally understand. I was like, the other comedians, many of them are English native speaker. What's the problem? My friend said, that is the problem. Their English too native. By your English. Sounds so familiar. My people, you're welcome. Next time, the other time, there was a foreigner guy said, Sarah, English is your second language. You are so brave. I was like, brave? I'm not funny? No. Can you introduce me? Please put your hands together for next comedian, Sarah Peng. And she's very brave. You know what's real brave? Real brave is you're at my age, you still dare to go to your parents' place during Chinese New Year by yourself. I'm not that brave. My parents haven't seen me for several years. The other time, there was a guy who said, Sarah, I give you one free advice. Next time when you're on stage, try to dress more sexy. I was like, the comedy club is not strip club. Plus, you have only paid 15 RMB. Actually, this is 200 RMB sexy. After the show, you owe me 150. The other time, after the show, a guy said, Sarah, your jokes are too clean. You should write some dirty jokes. But I was like, you know, we Chinese people, we don't feel comfortable talking about sex. We just do it. Otherwise, 1.3 billion people. Do you think it's easy? In China, I started to learn English since I was 12. At the beginning, I hated it. I asked my classmates, do you think all English people have to study Chinese? My classmates said, no, why? Then I said, then why we all have to study English? We're in China. You know, I have a dream today. This dream is deeply rooted in a Chinese dream. I have a dream that one day black kids and white kids are sitting together and studying Chinese. I have a dream that one day my future children could live in a nation where they will not be judged by the level of their English, but by the content of their character. I have a dream that one day there is no TOEFL, only HSK. You guys even don't know what is HSK, shame on you. But I did study very hard. After 6 years of hard work, I finally good at English exam. When I was 18, year 1 in university, I still couldn't communicate with foreigners. So I told my classmates, practice makes perfect. Let's practice English together. So my classmate said, how are you? What should I say, Chinese people? Exactly. So I said, fine, thank you. And you? My Chinese classmate said, I'm fine too. Then long silence. Conversation ended. After a while, I said, so, where are you from? My classmate said, China. I said, me too. Another long silence. After a while, my classmate said, so, how old are you? I said, 18. You? She said, me too. Then I said, this is not working, you know? This conversation is an insult of our intelligence. We should find some foreigner people, native English speaker, to practice together. So one day on campus, I saw a guy, blonde hair, blue eyes, definition of Chinese. I took a deep breath. I'm gonna make him an offer he cannot refuse. Don't worry, no sex. I know for some people, language partner, sex partner, all the same. So I said, excuse me, do you need find someone to practice Chinese together and offer from his perspective? He said, yeah, I came to China to study Chinese. I was so happy, mission accomplished. But soon I found out that guy was from Russia. His Chinese was poor. His English also very poor. I reluctantly practiced Chinese with him. So the next time I thought about how to politely get rid of him. Because I don't really want to practice Chinese with a Russian guy. My Chinese is already perfect. At that time I studied here in Beijing. And this Russian guy took out one Beijing city map. And he said, Sunny. At that time, my English name was Sunny. In high school, my English name was Apple. From fruit to weather to a real English name, Sarah, took me over 10 years. So he said, Sunny, in Beijing, which university has the reputation of having beautiful girls? I gave him 2 recommendations. He carefully found the location on the city map. After that, he disappeared. Then I told my classmate, I said, language partner says it's not working. My classmate said, at least what you found was a real foreigner. What I got was a Chinese guy from Xinjiang province. It was dark, his hair was curly. Then I went to language school to improve my English. At that time, my English teacher was a Chinese guy, but he was very good at motivating us. In class, my teacher said, boys and girls, study English harder, especially those ugly girls. Maybe it's difficult for you to find a boyfriend here in China. Study English harder. Go to America. For them, you are mysterious Asian beauty. They cannot tell. So I did study very hard. Several years later, I did go to America. But I do consider myself good looking here in China. Chinese people, my people, backing me up. Yeah. So I heard American told me, Sarah, you're pretty, I was totally shocked. I was like, really? Oh my God, I'm really that ugly back home? Talking about good looking, actually, once after a show, a guy said, Sarah, I think you are very good looking as a stand-up comedian. I was like, why is a comedian? So he said, I mean, tonight on stage, you were the most beautiful girl. I was like, tonight on stage, I was the only girl. So I studied in Philadelphia for a while, and at that time I have a Chinese classmate. He was also very good at English exam. So one day he wanted to visit the famous Statue of Liberty in New York, but he forgot how to say it in English. So he said, is this called a free woman? It all sounds right, right? Freedom goddess? Also not right. Eventually he went there and said, excuse me, do you know how can I find here? He made it. He proudly back to Philly and shared his experience in New York. And then we Chinese friends said, really? You should do your homework. You're losing our Chinese people's face here. Then he said, no. Here in the US, I have never ever lost our Chinese people's face. Because whenever I have to do something stupid, I always told people, excuse me, I'm from Japan. He said, seriously, I have even learned some Japanese. Talking about New York City, I love there, big city. Many weird people. And I feel so comfortable. One day, me and my friend were reaching there on the street. We saw a couple. In front of them, there was a piece of paper that said, homeless couple, please help. I was like, in China, I saw some homeless people. But I have never ever seen homeless couple, you know. You heard people say, no money, no women, you know. This must be true love. Then my friend beside me said, so sad. And I said, no need to feel sad for them, you know. At least they have each other. And also, at least, they're an English native speaker. They can always go to China to teach English. And then my friend said, no, I feel so sad for myself. See, even homeless people have a partner. Why I'm still single? Then I said, you should read a book. He said, don't get married before age 30. Then my friend said, no, I would like to get married before 30. I also would like to date the man around 1 year. I would like to plan my wedding at least half a year. Oh my God, I got less than 2 months to meet him. I can't believe I have just wasted half an hour talking with you. In China, I do feel I'm getting old. Even though in some foreigners' eyes, they couldn't tell my age. You know, my real age could be from 18 to 55. But in the Chinese society, before people ask me, like, Sarah, do you have a boyfriend? Now people ask me, are you married? Sometimes I got a question directly. So, how old is your kid? I don't have any kid. So really, I wish I can say that my dog is 5 years old. You know, the conversation continues. You know. In China, we have the concept of leftover women. If you are a woman, single, and above 25, you're left over. From 25 to 28, junior left over. About 28, senior left over. So unfortunately, in my case, I'm already senior left over. But my parents are very good at adjusting their expectation about me according to my age. Before 25, my parents always say, wish me find a decent Chinese man to get married. No, my parents just wish me to find a man. Chinese man, foreigner man, doesn't matter, you know. Several years later, I know my parents gonna just wish me to find a person. Male, female, doesn't matter, you know. What I learned how open-minded your Chinese parents are. Actually, depend on two factors. One is how old are you. Second is how single are you. Have you guys ever thought about how to avoid of getting old? I got one solution. Die young. After I carefully considered this solution, I told myself, fuck it, just let me get old slowly. Getting old is not all bad. Since I feel I'm getting old, I start to buy more expensive stuff to myself. Because I told myself one day, if I couldn't look young anymore, at least I would like to look expensive. The other good thing about getting old is you know yourself better. After I traveled so many places, I have learned something about myself. For example, I really love eating rice. I can eat rice 3 times per day, no problem. Well, once when I went to Houston, I saw one university called Rice University. I was so excited. My university! Either the American university called Apple Pie University or Hamburger University, Rice University is so Chinese to me, Another sign of your getting old is your friends start to introduce you men. Once my friend said, Sarah, you should know this man. He's single. I was like, are you sure? Is this necessary? I have over 2,000 WeChat contacts and over 400 Tinder matches. Then my friend said, that's exact. I said, I'm not that desperate. My friend said, that's exactly how desperate you are. You should know this man. He's a long smoker. He's a long alcoholic. And then my friend smiled. My heart jumped quicker. And then my friend said, this man takes shower every single day. I was trying to be ironic. I said, wow, such a decent man. Takes shower every single day. I feel I'm not good enough for him, My friend said, yes, I know. You're welcome. Eventually we met and we pretended it was an ordinary dinner. And then this man said, so Sarah, after work, normally what do you do? So I said, after work, normally I go to bar and entertain a bunch of strangers for free. Then he said, what? He has nothing, no sense of humor. So my friend pushed me under a table. Table said, actually after work, Sarah likes cooking. So he said, really? I said, not really. And then he said, so Sarah, back in university, what was your major? Then I said, major. Bachelor degree in economics and 2 law degrees and 1 master degree in management. Then he said, wow, you're so smart. No wonder you're still single. You're too smart for me. So he even didn't ask my WeChat number. After that, my friend was very upset. He said, Sarah, such a decent man, takes shower every single day. You don't need to tell him, you do stand up and you have 4 degrees, those things. He said, next time you have another opportunity, just do this. Trust me, while you were busy doing your degrees, I was busy doing man. So he said, you just do eye contact, smile, and play your hair a little bit when necessary. So this time, I find another opportunity. This time was a foreigner man. Obviously, I'm not just exploring the domestic dating market. I'm also exploring the international dating market. The first date one, the foreigner man said, so Sarah, do you know Google? What a stupid question. 4 degrees, you remember, right? I also remember my friend's suggestion, so I smiled. And I did eye contact. I applied my hair. I said, no. I don't know Google. He liked me. He patiently explained to me. He said, Google in China is like your Baidu, you know. I was like, wow, you're so smart. And I said, actually, I also don't know Facebook and Twitter. After this man almost fall in love with me. You can tell from his eyes, you know. This girl is good looking, this girl is funny. The most important thing is this girl is so damn stupid. With her intelligence, she can never ever find out back home I'm married and have 2 kids. During my summer break, I visited Chicago in the U.S. Yeah, you have been there. American people are very friendly to me. Maybe because I told them that I have nothing to do with the trade war between China and the U.S. And my performance is not on the tariff list. So they won. My American friend said, Sarah, would you like to go to Chinatown? I was like, why? No, he said, I don't know, maybe to see your people, eat your food. I was like, I'm from China. That's a huge Chinatown. I don't have to cross the ocean to see my people and eat my food. Show me something I haven't seen before, such as male strip club. I'm glad my dad was not there. Otherwise, he's gonna have a Chinese heart attack. My innocent daughter, evil capitalism. And then I met an old lady. She's very nice also. She said, oh, China, my son is working there. And his name is Michael. He's an English teacher. Do you know him? I was like, maybe. Because only in Shanghai, I know 10 Michaels. And guess what? They're all English teachers. And the other time, a little girl said, oh, China, I love China. Love Hello Kitty. I was like, that's Japanese. And then she said, I also love sushi. And I said, also Japanese. So after a while, she said, Sarah, just to let you know that I also love Kung Fu Panda. That's a sweetheart, don't have to try so hard. And then there was another middle-aged American guy. So he said, China, it is a country, right? I was like, wow, you're so knowledgeable. And then he said, no, I mean, I know China, you know, Hong Kong, Shanghai, Hong Kong. Then I said, sir, do you know which is the capital city of China? Then he said, definitely not Hong Kong. Is it Shanghai? Then he said, wait, I know. Bangkok. There was a big innocent smile on his face. In Chicago, I also went to an open mic, comedy club. Back in China, you should know I'm sort of famous. People know me. but in Chicago, nobody know me. So I went there. It's a very weird feeling because the whole room at that particular night, I was the only Asian, and someone from China, 1.3 billion people. Normally, we are everywhere. So I feel I'm the minority. And then I looked around, finally there was an Asian guy came in. I was very excited, my people. So I shifted my seat, I seated beside him. I said, hi, I'm Sarah from China, and where are you from? And he looked at me, he said, Chicago? I said, damn, my China card is not working. Then I said, you know that back in China, I'm a stand-up comedian. I thought he was gonna say, you do it in Chinese or English, and something like that. And I said, I'm sort of famous, something like that. So he said, okay. I said, damn, my comedian card is also not working. So at this moment, I think it's necessary for me to remind him the connection between me and him. So I said, sir, you know, tonight in this room, we are the only two Asians. And then a big smile on my face. Then he stood up. He said, excuse me. He went to the bathroom. He never come back. I felt pity for him, you know, no vision. For one star in China, he just missed, you know. I don't know you guys, once dating in China could be difficult. In the US, sometimes I joke about it. As dating me is like a baseball. It's not popular in China. Once, like my friend told me, Sarah, you know, I finally got the courage to tell the guy I really like, send him a message. I like you. And this guy replied to me, thank you. Then he said, that's it. Then she said, Sarah, this is the shortest love story ever. Then I said, don't feel sad. I got a shorter one. Younger version of me, Sarah's love story. Do you want to hear?
Yeah.
Okay. I liked a boy. The end. I even didn't tell him because I have to focus on my study, guys, as a good Chinese student. So as I said, I studied in Beijing before, so I have a lot of memory here in Beijing. You know, such as study in the library, and study in the classroom, and study in the library. The first library was a university library, and the second library was a national library. You know? And I also got my first boyfriend here in Beijing. You know, we have been dated together for around 2 years. I say dating, I mean we go to library together. So sometimes I also could be lonely. Don't judge me. One lonely night, I checked with Siri on my phone. So I said, Siri, do you love me? And Siri replied to me, I respect you. I got a lot of respect here in China. Men respect me so much, you know, they always ask me to pay. Then I said, Siri, do you love me? And Siri said, well, I enjoy spending quality time with you. Sounds like a guy afraid of making commitment. And then I said, Siri, do you love me? And Siri said, well, would you like me to search the web love for you? That's how I ended up registering myself on several dating websites. Actually, friends, I find out on the dating internet, I was very popular, especially among guys about 15 years old. Once I got a message, we are perfectly matched. I was very happy to click his profile. 69. I was like, I know I'm getting old, but I'm not that old. The other time I got a message like, I will never let you down. I clicked his profile. I was like, come on, your profile photo has already let me down. And sometimes on the internet you saw a guy hold a very cute like dog. Love me, love my dog. I was like, love your dog is easy. Love you is the difficult part. But the problem is the men normally are very confident, you know. You saw a lot of ordinary men on the dating website describe themselves. Catch me if you can. I said, we don't want to catch you. You probably can be free forever. So you know, this is online. It's not easy. And then I also on Tinder. I talk about Tinder. My friend used to tell me, so I find my boyfriend on Tinder. But I gonna tell other people I meet him in a bookstore. So I also understand that my friend is concerned because you know, on Tinder you saw all kind of people. You know, for example, I saw a guy, a Tinder guy, said only looking for fun. So I replied to him. I said, so you are only looking for free prostitutes. He deleted me.